Gregor, who was in love with that stupid pet ferret of his. She'd shared an elevator with him this morning. She remembered the stripes on his shirt. Otherwise, she'd have had no idea what to call the mess in the closet. She'd seen some fraction of the carnage before the cameras went down. Friends and colleagues and rivals cut down without remorse or favoritism. Their gutted remains sprawled across lab benches and workstations and toilet stalls. And with all those feeds running through the implants in her head, with all her access to all that ubiquitous surveillance, Sachi Tabar had not caught so much as a glimpse of the creatures who'd done this. Shadows at most, a flicker of darkness cast by some solitary stalker from a blind spot in the camera's eye. They'd done it all without ever being seen, without ever seeing each other. They'd always been kept isolated. For their own good, of course. Stick two vampires in the same room, and their own hardwired territoriality would put them at each other's throats in an instant. And yet, they were working together somehow. At least half a dozen, confined, incommunicado, acting in sudden, precise concert. They'd done it all without ever meeting face to face, and even at the height of the slaughter, in those last moments before the cameras died, they had remained invisible. The whole massacre had happened from the corner of Sachi's eye. How did they do it? How did they survive the angles? Someone else might have enjoyed the irony. She hid in a refuge for monsters, one of the few places in the whole damn building where they could open their eyes without risking a death sentence. Right angles were verboten here. This was where Achilles' heels were put to the test, a cross-free zone where geometry was precisely controlled and neurological leashes optimized. Elsewhere, civilized geometry threatened on all sides. Tabletops, window panes, a million intersections of appliance and architecture just waiting for the right viewpoint to send vampires into convulsions. Those monsters shouldn't last an hour out there without the anti-Euclideans that suppressed the crucifix glitch. Only here, in the white womb, where poor, stupid Sachi Tabar had run when the lights went out, could they dare to open unprotected eyes. And now one of them was in here with her. She couldn't see it. Her own eyes were shut, squeezed tight against the butchery flash burned into her head. She heard no sound but the endless animal keening in her own throat. But something drank a little of the light falling on her face. The swirling red darkness inside her eyelids dimmed some infinitesimal, telltale fraction, and she knew. "Hello," it said. She opened her eyes. It was one of the females. Valerie, they'd named her, after some departmental chairman who'd retired the year before. Valerie the vampire. Valerie's eyes red-shifted the light and threw it back at her, blood-orange stars in a face flushed with aftermath. She towered over Sachi like an insectile statue, motionless, even her breathing imperceptible. Moments from death, and with nothing better to do, some subroutine in Sachi's head ticked off the morphometrics. Such inhumanly long limbs, the attenuate heat-dissipating allometry of a metabolic engine running hot. Subtly jutting mandible, lupine as a hominid's could be, to hold all those teeth. Stupid turquoise smock, smart paper telemetry composite weave. Valerie must have been scheduled for physio work today. Ruddy complexion, the bloody flash-flood vasodilation of the predator in hunting mode. And the eyes, those terrifying luminous pinpoints, finally it registered. Contracted pupils. She's not on anti-U. Suddenly, Sachi's cross was out. Last-ditch kill switch. The talisman everyone got on day one, along with their ID. Empirically tested, proven in the crunch, redeemed by science, after uncounted centuries spent slumming as a religious fetish. Sachi held it up with sudden, desperate bravado.